The Neo Reality Entertainment brand expands with a relaunch of the Neo Reality Collective Pop Culture News Talk. Your host, Eric Brown, gives his insights and thoughts in the ever-expanding news world of comic books, professional wrestling, gaming, TV, and movies. Be sure to donate to the brand and keep up to date with additional content on YouTube channels such as Neo Reality Entertainment, NRE The Wrestleverse, and NRE Pop Culture Omniverse.
Today's edition of Neo Reality Collective is brought to you by Anchor.fm, a free distribution service podcasting hosting platform that allows you to record your podcast on your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and so much more. You can even make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor.fm app or go to Anchor.fm to get started today. Thank you and enjoy the episode. Welcome back, everyone, to Neo Reality Collective Reviews. The trial of Magneto is back on, and we are royally screwed, aren't we? I mean, let's be real. Xavier, Magneto, everyone here, we're all screwed, aren't we? I mean, like, Wanda is back, and she's kissing Vision at the end of issue 2. I'm sure that's not implying any disaster that would loom if she sticks around. Also, I would like to state for the record that, oh my god, they're screwed. I mean, because this is clearly pre-House of M Wanda. So that means she never went through an insanity. This is not disassembled Wanda. This is Kurt Busiek's Wanda from the olden days when everything was simple, and then Brian Michael Bendis came in and was like, well, let's screw this up. So, yeah. Though, yeah, somehow Wanda returned in issue 2. Not really, but we'll get to that when we read issue 3. But to make things a little bit more complicated, Inferno just kicked off, and now we're stuck in a trial loop in a continuity loop, because now it's like, wait, so when are these events happening? Only to reveal, oh no, these events have happened, and it's just that we can't say anything now because, well, if we do, then we give away the ending, except they already gave away the ending. Editorial came out, I believe, and they said, yes, Inferno takes place after the trial of Magneto, and since no one's mentioning didn't we kill off Wanda or something? Clearly that means that everything worked out in the end, making this entire issue pointless. Like I said, they should have probably stuck to this as a 2-issue event. Maybe just make 2 oversized issues. It was as a Hellfire Gala aftermath, and then just put it as a Hellfire Gala event instead of stretching this out to 5 issues for the trade. Because we're in a story that virtually has no stakes. Because we know what's gonna happen. Wanda's probably alright in the end. Magneto's absolved of all guilt, and he gets to go ahead and wait for Inferno to happen because he realizes we're fucked because Mystique is resurrected somehow. Destiny, probably Emma Frost, but we'll get to that when Inferno comes out. So, yeah. Confusing stuff going on all around. It's like Marvel looked at DC and then said, we can make the continuity more messed up. When DC was in that state of continuity black holes because there was no continuity. Whatever happened in the books didn't matter in the other books. And then Death Metal is happening and no one mentioned what was going on in the other books. So it's like, oh, great. And after the COVID pandemic delayed a lot of things, that meant that everything got screwed up even more so. So we're in this kind of position where Marvel's looking at things like, we can top it. Like, Darkhold came out, and they had to explain, oh, well, due to the pandemic, it got delayed for a year. and therefore it is still canon. It takes place before the trial of Magneto, except Darkhold being treated as a somewhat of a miniature crossover event, though not in the wide-spanning crossover that was The King in Black, because Marvel has to have the event age continue, even when everyone's getting sick of the event age, no matter how good the stories are, because they don't want continuously advertising, this will break the Marvel Universe, this will change the DC Universe, only to reveal, oh wait, we're gonna have another one in about 3 months. Oh. Boy, did we change something, right? Yeah, we didn't. So, yeah. And plus, we're gonna get a new writer that will reverse the course afterwards, and then act like nothing happened. Except for Venom, he's still doing the cosmic stuff, even after Donny Cates left the book, but that book hasn't come out yet. But, yeah. Trial of Magneto issue 3, everybody. Let's get into it after these messages. Take care. I'll be back. We're back, everyone. Let's dig right into the Trial of Magneto issue 3. No titles, no data logs, no nothing, no massive quotes to symbolize something. We instead cut to Wanda making out with Vision, and he is completely confused. Say, Wanda, I'm relieved, so relieved to see that you're alive, but I admit to some confusion. I had not finished grieving for my late wife when I had to then begin grieving for you. Oh, please, Vision. That was 2016 and you were written by Tom King. No one cares about that anymore. In fact, wait, wasn't that series ending with him looking like he was gonna rebuild her and then the sequel never happened? But yeah, Wanda is just as confused, saying, wife? What? Oh no, we have realized something horrible. Wanda, what's going on? How do we really know it's her? This could be a trick. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm like, this is the Krakoa mutant island, therefore they could just shapeshift people. Oh. But anyways, Tony Stark asked the question, and where have you been? Why did you let us believe that you were dead? Well, she might have been held somewhere, Iron Man. Her? Are you kidding, Cap? I mean, I'd like to see a kidnapper try to capture the Scarlet Witch. It could have been some enchantment, some sort of stasis spell. Is that what happened, Wanda? Please, I don't know any more than you do. So, yeah, Wanda's completely confused. Magneto's like, are we still doing something? I feel like we're still doing something. Wasn't I confessing to the crime even though I'm clearly under mind control? Also, how come no one's explained to me how I managed to somehow get out of comatose state, get up, change my clothes, and then go ahead and ravage everything? Is anyone going to ask me about that? And then, to further compound issues with this problem, also the enchantment part. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to bring in Agatha to, explain things. Because Disney Plus promotion for a series that ended already. So anyways, to make matters worse, the ground starts to shake. I think you all have done enough talking, actually. Polaris tries to mitigate the situation, but yeah, this ground starts to shake as Wanda starts to look like she's going a little bit crazy, saying, "Stop, please." And North Star, as the ground starts to shake, crafts Magneto. Oh. And yeah, it's North Star. He's kind of pissed. He starts wailing on Magneto, say, "That was just a preview. I've been enhanced since we last fought, Magneto. Threaten my husband again, and I'll show you the extent of how much I've improved." So anyways, Wanda's reappearance alters nothing about X Factor's investigation. An attack occurred and you're still a suspect, Magneto. Psst, what? Oh, right. Kyle wanted me to tell you that dinner will be ready soon and the Avengers are still welcome to join us. Dinner? How can we think about that at a time like this? He's human. And AKA, he's an idiot. Because, now everyone should suddenly start acting like, hey, weren't we fighting Magneto? Weren't we, killing each other or something? I feel like we lost it. So yeah, we get our title card. The Trial of Magneto. Oh, we're so sorry for her loss. The Scarlet Witch has been killed, or has she? Confusion has descended upon the X-Men and Avengers, who have arrived on Krakoa to recover their fallen comrade and loved one. After the Scarlet Witch suddenly appeared to break up the fight that erupted between the Avengers and the prime suspect, Magneto. Even stranger still, Magneto has just confessed to the crime. What is really going on? If I had to guess, we lost the plot. Don't think we've forgotten about that confession earlier, Magneto. Oh, indeed. Wanda being alive, and it just raises more questions than answers. I still would like to state for the record that everyone's acting like it's normal now. They're all walking together side by side, and they're just doing this. Mom? Tommy, wait, you're okay. Hello? Have we met? Oh dear. That's not our mother, though she is the Scarlet Witch. What do you mean? She's not entirely her, like she's from the past or something. Time travel! Wait. What's the last thing you remember? I don't know. Daddy, what's going on? Oh, Wanda. Oh dear. Yeah, confirming once and for all, this is in fact still the Magneto that's her father, and even she, and I don't know, this was during a time when they had a good relationship before everything went to hell. Oh, but North Star comments, Rachel, find her last memory. Sure, this won't hurt, okay? I'm just gonna take a peek under the hood. Alright. Mom, she remembers so little. Charles warned us that her last backup was quite outdated. I thought the council voted not to resurrect her. Yes, that's correct. I guess we know where Magneto's cerebral backup ended up then. Can you help me fill in her missing memories? I can, but is that wise? Maybe not, but it's the right thing to do. She doesn't even remember her sons. Let's just play her greatest hits. Wow, that's absolutely stupid. Like, her greatest hits? Oh, let's go ahead and say the greatest hits when she went crazy, killed a bunch of people, killed Hawkeye, killed a whole bunch of other Avengers. I mean, we could ignore that. So, yeah, as that happens, the earth starts to rumble. What was that? North Star, can you... Oi! And revealing that they are in fact frickin' kaijus up in this thing. So... yeah, the kaijus are loose. The three giant kaiju are attacking the island at different coastal locations. One of them is near us and incoming. Why are they attacking? Let's figure that out after they're dead. Fair point. Right, we should split up and neutralize the threats from each coastal location before they move inland. I'm relieved to hear you'll help Krakoa. Of course, please give Kyle a rain check on my dinner. I absolutely will. Scott, I've seen the kaiju. Each is unique. Do you trust me to divide us up based on corresponding power sets? Absolutely. You take point on this, North Star. I'll assemble the war captains and rally backup. Understood. Wait, what about me, Wanda? Wanda, until we understand what's going on with you, you best remain here. You need to come with us, but why? Just trust us. So I just have a very specific question I need to ask. When did Wiccan come back? Because he was gone the last series, just dealing with stuff in space. When did he show up? Tie-ins, everybody! So anyways, the kaijus are going ahead and raging terror as one turns into a wheel and starts rolling through the land, only to be saved by the Vision. Vision, help me evacuate the civilians. It's gearing up for another spinning attack. 3 o'clock. Roger that. And throws his shield, and Captain America throws his shields, which cuts open the beast. He's Gene, 12 o'clock. Throw up a shield, quick. How are you able to predict its next strike so consistently? It's not a prediction. I can just see its intentions. That's handy. Better stay close, kid. And yeah, everything's starting to go to hell. The kaijus are attacking and raging hell. Oh, Godzilla! 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 I do like to stress that Godzilla is canon in the Marvel Universe. We just have to forget that he existed for that time because, he's not technically owned by Marvel, so we gotta have kaiju references. How about you pick someone on your own size? Ace. Or someone. Thanks for the little power, Wasp. And yeah, they're fighting the kaiju. It's failed miserably. That's going on. Meanwhile, little Rachel Summers goes and says, I can't get a psychic hold on it. Its thoughts are incomprehensible to me and hell-bent on destruction. Then we stop it here. Polaris spoke. Iron Man, Sunfire, drive it 2 clicks south and put it after the boneyard. Can do. And yeah, that doesn't work. They won't die? Les gasp! Yeah, they show Captain America saying they, Tony Stark saying won't, Vision says die, and then Sync, I think if that's his name, just says gasp. Le gasp! Except he doesn't really look like he's gasping. We need to evacuate all non-combatants from the island. The kaiju are self-healing. Then what do? Then we keep going until we make our last stand. Magneto is just open-gaped mouth and just shocked as Rachel just says, for as long as we can. Anyways, we go back to the space-time continuum as everything goes into chaos. The wind spins. Another cycle of death and rebirth here, but for a moment, something shifted. Part of me departed. Thought I finally found my way out here, but instead I woke up with even fewer memories. Maybe this is the way things in the afterlife? There's no light at the end of the tunnel, nor is there a tunnel. Well, there's only a fight. No! There is only a test of your will to survive. I get it now. I'm supposed to kill you. I'm gonna kill you with all the axes of the rainbows, bitch! And she strikes. Chaos magic. This place is made of chaos magic. It is of me. You will not kill me in this place again. Finally, you figured it out. And she removes her hood with the gasp from Wanda, revealing Old Lady Wanda. Took you long enough. No. Okay. So, yeah, that's it. That's the entire issue. This felt way shorter than the other 2 issues, didn't it? Oh man, it just spent like fighting kaijus out of nowhere. Like, it's like, okay, we can't do the investigation story so as much because we have nothing better to do. I mean, like, we probably could just stress this down to 3 issues and just put it in the Hellfire Gala collection book, but we need to stress this out for 3 issues. So just get kaijus in this. I don't get why they did this. It's just, I can't even say if I could give this a proper contextual review because the artwork there's 2 different artists on this book and it's not really much of a complete story. It just feels like things just happen and everyone just suddenly started acting like nothing happened in the last issue other than that there's a clone of Wanda running around. And now she remembers everything except her greatest hits, as they call it, because, you know, reminding people, oh yeah, weren't you the one that depowered mutants and everyone on this island wants to kill you if they see you? Yeah, are we just gonna focus on that a little bit? Like, wouldn't that have been a more interesting route? Like Krakoa finds out they resurrected the Scarlet Witch after they just had a huge freaking celebration, screaming, "Death to the Pretender, yeah!" I mean, I'm pretty sure they would go crazy if they found out, oh, she's alive. Kill her! And then if they learn that she's pre-disassembled Wanda, then they'll really want to kill her because she'll be a threat to their way of life. We can't have that. I mean, like, we could, but ultimately we won't because reasons. I'm just as confused as everyone else is. And I'm still weirded out how they just go ahead and have this death scene. And then Magneto, quote, confesses because he's under mind control. And then suddenly out of nowhere, he and the Avengers are just walking side by side to dinner right before Kaiju's attack. Yeah, this was a thing. I mean, I don't know if I would have done that for storytelling purposes. I feel like the writer realized we shouldn't have stressed this out for 5 issues, and then they had to go ahead and like, we just bring Kaiju's in, and then we'll come up with a loose explanation afterwards that gives a very, very weird hint. Also, yeah, remember, Vision and Wanda are not a couple in the comics anymore. Nor are they a couple in the MCU, because one's dead and the other is, well, a duplication of it, but just trying to get his thought process and probably get a new coat of paint. But moving on from that part, yeah, the one in the comics kind of broke up with her because she lost her mind because of the machinations of a guy from the future who went back who controlled the Wanda of the present of her time to ultimately kill the Avengers in the past, and it was Doctor Doom, okay? Somehow Doctor Doom was responsible for this in a retcon, I believe. I'm still confused about this, but like, that just raises more questions to me for this day when I learned that when I watched Linkar's review of House of M, because I'm like, wait, if that's the case, then doesn't that mean that there's a timeline where that doesn't happen? In which case it has to happen in order for it to make sense, but the retcon kind of contradicts. Wait, then how does Wanda not know she did this until she's told by her sons in the Crusade event? And it's like, oh god, we screwed up the timeline, didn't we? So, yeah, it's just something we accept, but Vision beforehand during the X-Men and Avengers event dumped her and kind of was being an asshole about it. I'm not saying he should just instantly forgive her if he wanted to, because remember, this was still Brian Michael Bendis' version of the Marvel Universe. He was still the head guy at the time, but I was like, I don't think you would tell the woman who lost her mind and was grieving and went through multiple mental phases to be a jerk about everything that happened. I'm not saying you should instantly forgive her, but like, you should have been a little bit nicer, a little bit. Like, she clearly regrets everything she did. We had to start bending wounds, not creating them. But this is the Marvel Universe at that time, so that's a different matter. But yeah, now I'm talking about Avengers versus X-Men, and that's not what this whole review is about. But yeah, 2 different artists, 1 writer, 1 head of X, I think, at this point. But Magneto's still no confirmed suspects other than Magneto, because he is the only one that makes sense for some reason, even though everyone on the island clearly hates her. Except for the X-Men, at least until they make jokes about it. Oh yeah, and speaking of, in the Gary Duggan X-Men, they're going to reveal, it seems, to the public that, mutants resurrect, unless Ben Urich is convinced not to by the X-Men. In which case, if that is the case, that means Trial of Magneto happens before the events of the X-Men books, but at the same time it can't, because the X-Men books address that Scarlet Witch was killed, but then it's like, wait, then how does this work and how does that work? And does Ben Urich get convinced not to release the book, release the publication, the news article about it, about the resurrection stuff? In which case, won't the villain just find someone else to do it? I mean, okay. I don't know. So, yeah, Trial of Magneto issue 3, everybody. Completely confusing, isn't it? And the timelines still don't add up. With the 3 books. The X-Men book by Gary Duggan, Inferno by Hickman, and now Trial of Magneto, because as far as I'm aware, all I know is that Trial of Magneto takes place before Inferno, and Inferno takes place after Trial of Magneto, but now the X-Men book is like, wait, does this take place before or after or in between the subsequent issues of Trial of Magneto? In which case, if it takes place between the issues, does that mean that they still don't know what Ben Urich is about to publish soon? In which case, I'm still confused, because unless the Avengers would have kind of had something to do with that, but I don't know. I'm just as lost. So yeah, Trial of Magneto issue 3, everybody. Continuity. What's that? Feel free to follow me up for more content, and I'll be seeing y'all again. And signing out, everyone. This is your host, Eric Brown.
Be sure to donate to the brand and keep up to date with additional content on YouTube channels such as Neo Reality Entertainment, NRE The Wrestleverse, and NRE Pop Culture Omniverse.